I thought it was interesting that right away they kind of flash the cards about the main character, and then it builds this like incredible tension for the first half of the film, which is something we don't normally see. And the fact that it was two women, I thought, opened the floor up for so many discussions, and also I loved that that's not what the movie was about. It does center around two women, but it's never really talked about. It's not touched upon. It's not about the fact that it's a lesbian love story. It's about so much more.
Initially, this script was written as another film, studying the idea of that invisible leash that forms, that bond that forms between these two people over a long period of time. We were mainly interested in that type of story to understand when a victim has an opportunity to leave, pick up a phone, why don't they take it sometimes? Why do they choose to go back? And just as the years went on and we continued writing the life out of the script in a way, and casting was beginning to be difficult, we just thought outside the box, and we played with the idea, what would it be like if there was a female as a lead at the helm of this story? What would that story look like?
I was exhausted from season 1 of Westworld, and then I read this, and I was blown away by the opening scene. They really, they pulled no punches, and I was curious and fascinated by the fact that it was originally written for a man and they had gender swapped it, and I agree. I think it really opened up the doors for a lot of emotional depth and a lot of things that we haven't really explored in this kind of medium. And the thing that drew me to the project the most was the psychology behind the abuse, because I think normally you see a really black and white, here's the victim, here's the bad guy, and that's it. But you never really examine how we get to this point and how an abuser becomes an abuser. But when I read it, I hadn't seen it told in this way before.
We had a little bit of time beforehand. We had a table read, and that's always so helpful, just to hear the script from beginning to end, coming from the actors' mouths and as a cohesive unit. And then we had a little bit of rehearsal time, which was very helpful. But yeah, our cast and crew was amazing, and really, Evan, of course, is an incredible and generous actor, and it wasn't difficult to have that kind of vulnerable connection that's very necessary in this story.
It makes our jobs so much easier, and just it brings it somewhere like so far than what you had on the page.
I think you got to be able to do it all. I think you got to know when to step back, know when to step in, know when to improvise, know when to rewrite, and it's nerve-wracking as hell, but ultimately, I think if you don't try it, it's worse than trying it.
It was one of those sets where you felt like you had a lot of freedom, but you also had people that really had a vision,